There we go. Hello everybody, welcome to emergency live stream Bitcoin Daily because Bitcoin is down 3.12%, hitting the 60k right now, 60.1k. See over here that we are breaking down a little bit. Maybe if we pull the line over here, maybe we are still inside something like that. I don't know. Sorry about that. It was expected. In retrospect, we have been talking about how 60k is pretty likely on the pullback, and I'm gonna show you that. But Dr. Carla says, "Is this not a drill?" Now, the emergency part on the title is mostly clickbaity. People always get very much in fear when stuff is going down. But if you're gonna see Bitcoin dominance is actually down. Bitcoin is down 3.2% and Bitcoin dominance is down 0.12%. Ethereum Bitcoin is only down 0.9%, something like that over here, a little bit towards downside. So it is down by a bunch, but nothing is happening. Now, before we start looking at the chat a little bit and talking, with you guys. By the way, you can just go to the chat. When Yacht TLA, how you doing, Wes? Yo, crypto sucks, man. Yeah, I mean, you cannot even wake up without people going crazy. You cannot even wake up. Right, bullish divergence forming on the daily. We're gonna check that out a little bit. Goblin, what's up? How you doing, man? In either case, the reality is we shouldn't expect major moves for quite some time. I don't know. Somebody did post in the chat about the summer thing over here. Copy. So this over here is the chart of the market cap USDT, and during summer, this part over here, they kind of slow. There is no influx of money during summer. So, we gotta wait until summer is done. At least another month for something big to happen, I think. Ban that dude. One last flash. Maybe. What's up here, man? Mladen Petrov is in the chat. Look at those hands, guys. Look at those hands. Wash out, newbies. Stay strong and hodl chill. So, in retrospect, again, it was pretty evident that this is gonna happen. It was kind of, what I was expecting a little bit. Over here, it went something like this over here. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame because 4 hourly goes over here and then goes over here, something like this, and maybe all the way down here as well, give or take. There we go. And this pullback down here, I was expecting 60k. Right now we actually broke inside the channel over here to 59k or something like that. But this move towards upside oftentimes does go down to the support level. You can see over here we are support level. We are right now even breaking that towards downside, but we are coming to these lows over here, to this area over here right now where the major support level is, because this was major support level, create some kind of immediate support over here, bounced out, tried to break up, failed there, tried to hold the support, right now breaking inside. So we might see a little bit more flash over here towards downside if that happens, but overall I still think this move up here is curving towards upside, give or take. It's gonna happen. On the daily time frame up here, you'll see when it comes to moving averages over here, that we are just getting rejected by this first moving average, this 20 moving average. So we've been having very steep move down, found some kind of bottom here at 60k, tried to break up to 20k, and then right now moving down below the support levels over here. These are support levels, and right now you can see here we are breaking, but this on the daily time frame, so this candle is not closed just yet. There is also a big divergence over here when it comes to the daily time frame over here. This bottom to this bottom up here goes towards downside, this bottom goes towards upside. Of course, it continues dumping towards downside. There will be no divergence. We don't believe in divergences to be indications of any kind of bottom or anything like that, but it does show that we are right now consolidating over here inside a downtrend over here. So there is some kind of downtrend over here going something like this over here, and we are just consolidating over here, trying to find the bottom. There are major levels of support over here on the downside around 58k. Are we again going to come all the way down there or not? That kind of depends. I still believe that we are very close to the bottom right now. On the weekly time frame, we did break the 20 moving average. This candle up here was looking bullish. I was expecting move down to create this week and then go towards upside over here. We still don't know how this is gonna play out. Still 4 days left, so we still got time to bounce from this, whatever this is over here. And for all I know, next day might be a big green candle over here, right back towards upside. The RSI is pretty low over here. On the daily time frame, we did manage already to hit the 29 RSA, and this downtrend over here on the RSA did get broken over here. So we are right now just pulling back, and the way I see it, this should again eventually go towards the upside. The weekly is not quite done just yet. If you look at the weekly time frame over here from these tops, It's not done just yet, and it's still pushing back towards downside up here, but we are coming back down to these lows also. We are getting increased momentum towards downside. So nothing is set in stone up here. This 2 week, sorry, monthly time frame over here. It's still, you know, consolidating, pulling back over here towards downside. You'll see that we are still not below the 20 moving average, but we are breaking these major level of supports right now, or we are hitting those major level of supports, and these major level supports on monthly time frame comes from these previous stops over here. So you'll see up here that we did, you know, two taps already over here, right now doing this third tap. So very soon we need to bounce over these, or this is gonna be, you know, end of the bull market, and we're going straight back down to 20k again. Don't think that's gonna happen just yet. Yeah, if you go and watch at how you know, Bitcoin Google trends are playing out, like nobody cares, nobody's here. Like, how can you have a top when nobody cares? That's what I'm saying. So right now over here we are pulling back down to these low levels up here. This over here are major levels of support. This monthly time frame right now we are into those levels, and I'm thinking we are going to try to create some kind of move down here. Now the interesting part up here on the monthly time frame comes from all the way back in when was that? In maybe it was on weekly time frame. Wait, where was that? 2 week time frame? No, weekly time frame. Where did I find that thing where we were talking about you know, the thing that we were talking about? I don't know if we are talking about the thing, but you know, the thing. Where is the thing? Oh yeah, that was on Amazon, sorry. We gotta go to Amazon chart to talk about Bitcoin, guys. We gotta go to Amazon chart to talk about Bitcoin. And there was this video I made about Crypto Savvy back over here, you know, because Crypto Savvy is comparing this part over here right now to Bitcoin and stuff like that. So this part over here where we are just about to break towards upside, what you're gonna see here over here, we had double top. We broke the double top below these levels over here, and we did this move down here inside capitulation phase. So when I was rewatching my Crypto Savvy video, and I was looking at the chart, how this actually played out, and you'll see here on the monthly time frame how this actually plays out. So you know, you break some kind of tops over here towards upside, you create this double top, you go below the wick on the downside, you create this, you know, go into this liquidity liquidity area down here, get everybody really bearish, and then you explode towards the upside. So this part up here, it looks very interesting. So let's split the chart and see how this actually looks with us right now. So this Amazon chart up here, this is the breaking the previous high up over here, and then it does this double top over here at the top, double top, but it goes below the support level where everybody becomes stupidly bearish and then just explodes towards the upside. So if you look at on Bitcoin chart over here right now, let's go to Bitcoin chart on the monthly time frame over here. Sorry about that. And no, weekly chart over here. Let's go to weekly chart so we can squeeze a little bit. It looks kind of interesting, right? It looks kind of the same, kind of interesting over here. And let's just look at this. Let's stop up here. You can see up here there is a big move towards the upside. There is a big move towards the upside over here. Then it does this double top, up here, and then it goes below these wicks on the downside over here. But this wick on downside is below 56k, so that's why I said not so long ago, could you handle the 51k? Because there were 51k. I mean, that was the 20 moving average up here, you know, a couple of weeks ago, 21k. Right now it's around 22k, 23k or something like that. It could happen that we go below the previous week over here towards downside. That's a 56k. I'm a little bit unsure whether that's gonna be the case, but you know, it could happen. And then you know, you got this double top over here where you break inside this area below over here, consolidate, and then go towards upside, because this over here would right now we would consider that as liquidity area, right? So the way we find liquidity area is just find where there is no price action, right? So over here, there is the lowest wick over here, and this is the wick up here towards upside. And this area over here, there is no price action. This is the liquidity area where there has been no trading going on. And a lot of people who, you know, shorted up here, they're going to start taking profits over here. On the other hand, a lot of people that went long on this part over here, they are putting their, you know, stop losses just below the previous wick over here, because then it's, you know, technically confirmed we're going down, right? And oftentimes, you know, when it's technically confirmed, you actually get some kind of bottom. I don't think it's gonna go all the way down to 48k or something like that, but it could weak on downside to something like 51k, 52k, 53k over here inside this area, and then bounce towards the upside. That is, you know, that could happen. Not saying it's gonna happen, but you know, that could happen. Then we got this channel over here towards downside. You can see up here we are still technically inside the channel. Over here we got a very nice touches on the top side. Over here 1 2 3 4, over here 1 2 3, over here. So that's also putting us down, back down to 57k. We don't have to do this part over here. It doesn't have to be that way. This double bottom up here, we don't have to go below this this level up here. Maybe it's, you know, the liquidity area is only below the support level over here, as you can see over here. Then right now technically we are going inside that you know, liquidity area over here below the support, but I will assume it is down below these, you know, wicks over here on the downside. So could this happen? Right now it's playing out as Amazon chart up here, and then that we are in this part over here right now. I mean, technically it could, right? But you know, that's just one of the options how this can actually play out, because oftentimes when you are very bullish, price will go below whatever it seems as a major support level, as a major liquidity zone, right? So if it starts consolidating, creating some kind of levels over here, it will oftentimes go below those levels before it goes towards the upside. So let me show you something else over here. If you go to the Bitcoin chart, history of Bitcoin chart, and look at the weekly time frames over here, look at the weekly time frames, what you're gonna see over here on the chart, let's go to logarithmic chart so we can see this easier, is that during these moves up here, even though the bigger trends up here, you know, held for a, you know, very long time, even though these bigger trends held for a very long time, this is weekly time frame, so people are not following these big trends. The small trends did always break down, right? So you will go up here and you will break down over here, right? Then we consolidate up here and you made some kind of low up here, you create some kind of support level over here, you went up over here towards support line. But oftentimes these really, you know, these what are you gonna call them, these impulsive moves, they do tend to break down. Now this was a parabolic move towards downside, but they always break down. All these impulsive moves always break down towards downside and find some kind of support level. Now if you look at what's happening right now over here, technically speaking, we haven't broken the trend just yet. I mean, the big trend towards upside, it's not broken. This logarithmic chart over here, I mean, we've been drawing that logarithmic chart. The big trend is not broken just yet. This trend over here is not broken just yet. I'm thinking we can pull it over here. Maybe we are holding the trend over here, right? But in the bigger picture up here, even if you break this towards downside, it goes towards upside. Let me go back over here because we are doing logarithmic chart. It's the same kind of thing. It always pulls back from the trend and breaks the trend, but it keeps the, you know, bigger time frames, keeps the support levels, right? So this over here created this line over here right now. This over here created this line over here right now. It's right now increasing in trend, but these smaller trends, they do tend to break down, right? They do tend to break down over here. This thing over here, this broke down over here right now, and right now we have going through this, you know, big ass consolidation over here where we are pulling down again towards downside. Now Mladen did post something, so let me just check that if that's of importance. RSI, but I don't see if the RSI, you know, the time frame. What's time frame is on this RSI over here? The bigger channel. The bigger channel up here. I mean, it could go all the way up there. This is on the. Why did you remove again the you know, the time frame, man? Like these charts are useless without time frames. Clean chart. I mean, you know, this part over here does look nice. So maybe we are on the bottom. Maybe there is hopium from Laden right now. But RSI, which I didn't, 12 hours. So this is 12-hour RSI. It's very low, and this is probably not 12-hour RSI. So let's check the chart a little bit again over here. Let's go to 12-hourly over here and look at the RSI. This is not 12-hourly RSI, 2-day RSI, 3-day. No, hourly RSI. Okay, hourly RSI. So this is hourly RSI. This is for the latest dump towards downside over here. So it's still not done yet the way we see it on the other side though. Regardless, it still haven't broken towards the upside, it's still dumping. So this move towards the downside is still not done just yet. But it's very, very close to, you know, getting up here below. But this hourly error side can actually go very low. They can go like to 10 or something like that. I don't know, do we have any proof of that? We don't actually have any proof of that. Over here we went down to 16. There was a 60 move and they just had a nice pump and continue. But you know, this error side, you know, on 1 hourly not so interesting in the long term. 4 hourly, but his channel is interesting though. So his channel is on the 12 hourly over here, and the channel he is you know, showing us right now is this one. So my channel goes something like this over here, because it is pretty established channel, like regardless of how you look at it, right? It is pretty established channel. Maybe we're gonna pull the line a little bit down here, something like this, give or take, because these bottoms up here. But he's saying that, you know, the channel should go from here to this high over here and then all the way to that high down there. I don't know, it does look nice. So this could be a retest down here at the bottom. This could be, you know, where we actually find the bottom. Regardless, it does look like it's like on line chart, does look like it's hitting the midline up here very nicely. Again, a retest on the midline. It does look very, very nice. If you draw my line over here, something like this over here, where we use these stops over here, it looks like we are also retesting at this on 12 hourly. So we still got something like, you know, 1 hour left or something like that to retest that. We are also coming to the support area over here towards downside over here. There is a big impulsive move towards downside right now, 2.8%. Bitcoin dominant 0.01% up, BTC 0.35% down a little bit, so nothing much happening. But importantly is that Bitcoin is down 3%, while altcoins are down only 1-2%, right? So altcoins are also pulling back, but they're only pulling back. And I often say that, you know, these kind of bottoms where you have a big move towards downside flush with a impulsive capitulation candle, and then it starts, you know, zigzagging like this towards downside or sideways over here. Oftentimes these come in 3 waves where the, you know, the third part actually pumps you towards the upside. So this is what I'm looking at right now. This, you know, the third flush over here before it actually goes towards the upside. This over here, this Solana breaking down a little bit. Sui over here has a little bit different kind of pattern. Regardless, this also happened to be the case on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin did the same kind of thing over here. It created these 2, you know, big flush towards downside, managed to get this double bottom bounced over here. Double bottom bounce of that, broke that, everybody became bullish, and then it does this third move towards downside to, you know, pick up whatever it can pick up and goes towards upside. I'm gonna invert the chart so you can see this better. Here is the chart, invert the chart. Sometimes inverting the chart might actually help a little bit. If you put line something like this over here, right now it's coming back to these, you know, levels again, where it tries to pick up. You know, it can technically go up to 56k and pick up whatever is up here again. I don't think it's gonna break this line over here at 55k or anything like that right now. Down here at the bottoms, but if it starts getting rejected over here, it's pretty much done and goes over here, and you know, it's curving, right? So we might be very, very close to this this level where it starts curving and goes down, gets rejected and goes down into other way. Anyways, it is, you know, emergency type of stream, but you know, it's not that emergency. It's just, you know, a normal price movement. No worries, a lot of dry powder on side, like the blue ball is relaxed. What comes down must come up. Exactly, my beer man always say. Bitcoin fly to 110 by next April. Seems like alts are holding up against Bitcoin though. Yeah, alts are all holding up very nicely. Matic will fly this high. I don't know about Matic. We'll go down to 0.04. Right now, by the way, guys, here's a pro tip. Right now, there is a lot of talk about Polkadot and how they are shilling, you know, paying these, you know, influencers some money. So there is I don't know what's happening in Polkadot, but, you know, there is a lot of talk about Polkadot right now on the social media over here. So Polkadot might be very, very interesting right now because it is at these bottoms. I don't know why, but, you know, whenever there is interest in something, it might actually go. We're thankful for an emergency update, but fix your hair litter. Nah, my hair is fine, man. Hey Hassan, how you doing? It's called overshoots when break the trend line. Yeah, it can be overshoots. Touch choppy action is annoying, especially as stock market is at all-time high. How is stock market doing, by the way? Not that we really care, but you know, stock market is at all-time high. Wow, man, stock market. I called the top over here, and then it went down and it was doing this, you know, break towards upside and slowly move up here. Like it just exploded. Like this doesn't seem to have an end right now. It's still majorly, you know, bullish trend towards upside over here. It's even breaking to, you know, higher up here. Like this thing is bullish, like you know what. Even the Nasdaq is right now breaking towards upside. I mean, everything is good. Let me look at this part over here. Expanding match did break towards upside, failed to go up. I think the DXY is right now looking to fall back down again over here. So we are very, very close, because over here, once you actually, so this over here is pretty much established channel. You'll see expanding mules instrument, they tend to break towards upside. It went down, it broke towards upside, have a retest, and right over here, right now it's consolidating. This consolidation pattern, you know, the longer they take, the bigger time they have to fail, because this consolidation pattern must break up and, you know, to continue towards upside. But it has very hard time breaking towards upside right now. It's coming to these highs up here. So this looks like the next move up here on the DXY is towards downside. So what can we conclude? The DXY is dumping down. The Bitcoin dominance is getting ready to dump down. The Ethereum Bitcoin chart is getting ready to pump towards upside. Yes, Bitcoin is down 3%, but it is finally the bottom. That's the big thing, right? It is finding the bottom, trying to figure out where it's supposed to be in this life. Hourly close looks bullish. No, we are going lower. You think we are going lower? So Mlane says we are going lower, unfortunately. What is the chart? Mlane says, based on his, you know, analysis, you know, channel, that we are going lower over here, all the way to the bottom of the channel. It could be the case. It could be the case. So we don't actually know where the bottom is gonna be. Now the thing is, here's what getting me bullish. Like this doji over here is getting me bullish, because we are doing this, you know, move down while there's still 4 days left on the weekly candle. So this candle is gonna close in 4 days. There's a very good chance, you know, this just bouncing right back up there again, right? That's very nice. Other thing that are very nice, there are not actually that many, is that we closed this candle above the support level over here on the weekly time frame. Did we close above this one as well? No, this one didn't close. We are pulling back, but as long as this candle, you know, pulls back eventually, that's gonna be nice. Now the biggest trend over here that we have right now, that is of the most importance, is this daily trend over here. So this daily trend is technically going towards downside. Where is the channels over here? The daily trend over here has been going towards downside over here, and it did stop this stumpage over here. It did consolidate over here, stop, and right now retesting. I would assume it is very close to the bottom over here. Whether that's over here or something like that, I would assume it's very close to the bottom. It could, like we said, it can actually go all the way down to something like 52k levels towards downside, towards this, you know, liquidity area. It doesn't have to do that, but it can do that. Right, but you know, regardless, it is very, very close to bottom. And the most bullish case scenario for this dump over here is this daily dump is actually done over here. So you'll see this move when it started up here towards downside. The trend actually ended over here. The trend actually ended. It is still consolidating. Oftentimes, you know, these trends break out and they consolidate and they continue towards the upside. So we are still looking for, you know, bounce very, very shortly. We also got a volume up here on this move towards downside. This was a big dump. This is a 4 hourly. Like in these last 3-4 hours, we dumped like 4% up here. Since you know, since the daily close, we just continue dumping up here 4.4%, and this is a little bit abnormal for Bitcoin. And over here, it looks like, you know, explode up here inside this. It looks like it explode inside this support level or resistance level. If you look at this over here, it's kind of increasing the speed over here towards upside, and eventually these trends, these are small time frame trends, these are 1 hourly trends. So we are coming to some kind of, I would say, some kind of, you know, top over here before we start breaking these trends towards downside on the 1 hourly time frame. But this 1 hourly time frame might be very interesting, because the entire dump happened on the 4 hourly, right? So entire dump happened in these 3 candles up here. This is the daily close. This is daily close over here at over here. So you know, 4% in 3 candles, right back down again. And a lot of people are in fear. You can also see that a lot of people are in fear because right now there are 62 people watching because I wrote emergency in my Bitcoin daily. Neither of the channel looks good. Gort, man. Ray is great, will do 20x. Gort, right opinion. Top almost no bottom is pretty crappy channel. You are arguing with, you know, king of channels. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just new moon dump, no need to overthink it. Do we have our moons on the chart? No, we don't have any kind of new moon just yet. But this time around, the new moon might actually pump us towards the upside. Hi Tila, weekly 50 moving average. Nah, not gonna happen, man. I know what you're saying, but not gonna happen. Sorry about that. Weekly moving average, 50 moving average, so 44k or something like that, 47, 44k down here. This is the target for Jewel. You know, he's been talking about, you know, 44k for a long time. Now, he might be right, you know, stuff can happen. I just don't believe so. The weekly reversal candle doesn't keep. Who is this Milan guy? Nobody knows, nobody knows. A scammer. Risk could, at a long-term low, in my opinion, might not be good for stock markets. Means what it means for crypto is question. Bitcoin digital gold or is still tied to tech stocks? I still tied to tech stocks, I think. Buy when week's high, sell when week's low. I don't know. Where do we see weeks? I don't think I wanna see. Bless you. Ah, thank you, man. Looking for good entries. Adam and Eve pattern on weekly. Adam and Eve pattern on weekly time frame. Adam and Eve pattern on weekly time frame. Nah, it doesn't seem like that. He's a bot. I can prove it. Anyways, guys, this was quick and dirty update on what's happening in Bitcoin. You know, people are a little bit scared, sketchy, and stuff like that. It is kind of what we're expecting, another move towards the downside. It is trying to consolidate and find some kind of bottom over here, or even lower down here. Look at this, someone here on the daily time frame. So where are we going to go a little bit lower? But the interesting part up here, if you go to the weekly time frame, there is actually a very nice channel up here. You know, bigger channels. Sometimes, you know, it helps, you know, looking at bigger time frames over here. It is nice channel. I mean, I'm going to leave you with this channel. It is nice channel. We already tapped that. We're bouncing that. The support right now sitting at 58k still. For liquidity, we go below the channel up here and then towards the upside. So you might see some kind of lower levels. Regardless, it is getting close. If you waited so long, you can wait a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. AI bots all over the place, guys. Guys, enjoy the day. We will be blue balls once again. Once again, the blue balls will. By the way, guys, not only are we gonna be the blue balls, we're gonna be the red balls as well. But in the good part, you know, buying the blue balls, but we are gonna be the seller of the red balls. Being below daily 200 is surely bearish TLR. Nah, that's, you know, where is the 200 over here? Yeah, being below 200, you're right. Being below, it is bearish for retail. Because retail thinks, oh, we break the 200, you know, 200 moving average, we are bearish. And then it does this move up here, you know. It's when people become bearish, when people lose hope, when people think, ah, this is it broke support, it's game over. That's when stuff reverses and goes towards the upside, right? It's when people lose hope. So we gotta, you know, we gotta have people losing hope. Let's check it out up here. This is donkey thing. I don't wanna watch this thing over here. Bitcoin fear and greed index. It should be at neutral, something like that, I think. Yeah, it's at neutral. It was at fear last week and then yesterday. Now it's neutral. But I think after today it might actually go back to the fear again. The trend is not your friend. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.